From WLWT, this is Issues.
Hello, welcome to Issues. We have a lot going on today. A little later, Michael Bobo and Cheryl Hastings are going to talk about signs to watch for in aging parents. And this comes up a lot, especially during the holidays, so it's going to be very important. Also, we've got Henry Benefield here, and we're going to make him sing for us, but he's here to talk about the 100-plus African-American men's chorus. So we're going to, he doesn't know it, but we're going to make Henry sing a little bit for us. First, we're going to talk about, you know, January is Freedom Month. It's really Freedom Month because the Emancipation Proclamation occurred January 1st, 1863, and then the 13th Amendment was passed by the House, and that was in January 1865. I think it was January 31st, 1865. So we've got two freedom events. So we're here with folks from the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. The president, Edith, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. And Pastor Peterson, Mingo, who kind of got in here. We didn't know if you were going to make it. So good to see you come on, because we're going to also talk about your Peace Bowl, which is huge.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so you all have two great events. Well, it's an event coming up at the Freedom Center. So let me start by saying welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So tell
Thanks
us about the Emancipation Proclamation, 13th Amendment celebration.
Sure. So the Southern Christian Leadership Conference here, which is actually the Fred Shuttlesworth chapter of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference.
Named after a great civil rights icon.
Named after a great civil rights icon. And you know, he was still living when we named our chapter for Dr. Shuttlesworth, so he knew that, and he was just, he and his wife were just so honored.
Yes.
We, in conjunction with the Freedom Center and the Interdenominational Ministers Alliance, we host an event every year to remember the Emancipation Proclamation and to celebrate the freedom of slaves in the United States. And so we just have a wonderful program. It's going to be on December the 26th. It's going to be at 3 p.m. at the Freedom Center.
Wonderful.
And in conjunction with preceding the citywide Kwanzaa program. So it's going to be an entire day of great events. And our speaker this year is going to be Dr. Williams, the new president of Mount St. Joseph University.
Oh, good. Dr. H. James Williams.
Yes.
Right.
Wonderful guy.
Yes, we're excited that he's here.
Yes.
I've met him. I met him once, and I've met his wife a few times, and they are a phenomenal couple.
They are. And Dr. Carl Westmoreland, who is a part of our program, will talk very briefly about how that university is tied with abolitionist activities. So something I never knew.
Oh, Mount St. Joe?
Absolutely.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
So I don't know what Dr. Williams is going to discuss exactly. Our theme is justice is a state of mind, and we can talk about how we got there maybe a little later. But I don't know if you wanted to say something, Pastor Mingo. I'm real excited this year to have Dr. Williams, and of course we work with Dr. Newsome every year, who typically heads our ecumenical processional of ministers and tribal leaders, which is a really big part of our program, so that the young people participating can see our ecumenical leadership in the city.
Oh, wonderful.
And I don't know if you wanted to add anything.
This is an event that people just cannot miss.
They cannot.
This is, for historical reasons and just moving forward, we really need this. Our country needs this.
I think I was sharing with you before we started that my millennial friends asked me, why are you all doing that slave stuff? That was their words. Why are you doing that slave stuff? I said, you need to come to my program so you can see why we're doing that slave stuff. You need to know, number one, and you need to remember.
And you need to celebrate freedom and keep it going. So, Pastor Mingo, I know you're trying to jump in.
Well, but you can't get the Jewish community to say that the Holocaust was of no effect.
Right.
And so we can't allow anyone
remember that. We have to remember that. Yes.
That slavery.
Make sure it never happens again.
Being free from slavery is something we should just overlook.
Right.
It's part of our history.
Right.
And we should be able to embrace it. And not only that, have our children know. Our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren.
Right.
Every church needs to come out in full force. Bring the little ones. Bring even the senior citizens who basically have struggled through things that we can only imagine.
Right.
Bring them out that they might be able to celebrate.
Exactly.
We have a lot of liberties, a lot of things right now that our grandfathers and great-grandfathers, the forefathers never experienced.
Right.
And we take a lot of these things for granted.
Absolutely.
And when we take them for granted, things happen.
Right.
But our kids need to know their history.
Exactly.
You know, what's been done on their behalf, who suffered.
Right.
And basically, it may spark something in them that might basically have them say, well, I can no longer do this or do that because of what's been happening basically among our people before I came on the scene.
Right, and get involved with fighting for justice.
Right.
You know, in some form.
Yes.
I mean, if you see, you know, black men like Walter Scott being shot in the back, and I mean, running and being shot in the back, no repercussions. I mean, you know, the police officer got off scot-free.
A tragedy.
Yeah,
It's
and
a
so
tragedy.
these things are happening all the time.
Right, right, it is. So we'll discuss those things and much more. And to our theme, Jan-Michele, justice is a state of mind. Many years ago when Dr. King was making all of his wonderful speeches around the country, he made a speech that was tied to morality and the law. And in his speech, he talks about the hearts of men. This is where we got our theme. And so in the speech and regarding morality and the law, he says that you cannot legislate someone's heart, you know, but you can legislate all of these injustices.
Right.
But you cannot legislate one's heart. You can only hope that after a period of time, working with people, dealing with people, getting to know people, that your heart will change in the right direction. And I wanted to add that Dr. Mingo, and I was so glad that he's here to talk about the Peace Bowl, because this is one of the big things that the SCLC supports in addition to this program is the Peace Bowl. And
well, you know what? We're out of time, but we're going to have to ask Pastor Mingo, because the Peace Bowl is going to happen in the summer.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
At the University of Cincinnati, great partnership.
Yes,
and so we're going to
relationship.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about the Peace Bowl has a great history about how you brought guys together who, you know, used to be friends, and then there were some things that happened between them, and now they're coming back together for peace in the city, which is it's a great story. So we're going to have you back to actually talk about that. But I know Edith said that people can make contributions to support the Peace Bowl at this event. December 26th, 3:00 p.m. at the Freedom Center. Thank you both of you for coming.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate
it. Here it is up here on the air. So. Okay, well, that's the information, and it's Monday, December 26th, 3 p.m. at the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center. It's free and open to the public. We invite everybody to come, and it's going to be a great event.
It is. Dr. Williams from the Mount St. Joseph University is our speaker, and we'll have young people and performing artists to perform, and lots of people from the community to bring greetings and to, you know, to talk about.
All right. Thank you, Edith. Thank you both of you for coming. We appreciate it. Stick with us. We'll be back in just a moment. Michael and Cheryl Hastings are going to talk about signs to look for in aging parents.
Welcome back. I'm Jan-Michele Bobo. The holidays are a wonderful time to spend with loved ones and family, and today we're going to discuss what to look for with an aging parent or loved one. I'm here with Cheryl Hastings, the Interim Healthcare, the Regional VP for Interim Healthcare of Cincinnati in the tri-state area. Welcome, Cheryl.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. So give us a little information about your background and how you got into your position.
Okay. I am a registered nurse, and I have been for more years than I'd like to attest to. And I did a round of community nursing, and I love the home health care arena. So I have been with Interim. It'll be 24 years this month. So in my role, I oversee the offices in the Northern Kentucky, Southeast Indiana, and Cincinnati, Dayton area. And we work with all ages in each of the communities to provide home health care services to people of all ages.
Okay, and are these services free, or do they have to have insurance, or?
Most of the services are covered by insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, private insurance, and then there's also individuals that privately pay for their services.
Okay, and when we go to our loved ones' houses, what should we look for during the holidays when we're visiting?
Holidays can be a stressful period of time, but our goal is for it not to be a stressful period of time. When families do gather together, they may not have seen each other in a while, or maybe not have spent extended periods of time together. So I think one of the key items to look for is there any changes in a loved one that you're visiting? Is their mail piling up? Is their refrigerator empty? Is there any unusual bruising, which may be an indication that they've been falling, and of course they're not going to share that. Are they losing weight, which means maybe they're not eating correctly. So you're looking for items that are changes within the environment and them personally.
Okay. What do you think causes, or what are some of the causes of the rise during the holidays for these different symptoms or things that you should look for?
Sometimes they're ongoing and they've been slowly developing and they're just noticeable because family are all gathered together and maybe they just have not been noticed. I think the holidays are also a time where it's for it to be joyous, but unfortunately it's sometimes depression sets in. Maybe they've lost a spouse or a loved one and they're mourning them. So what they do in turn is maybe not eat, maybe not take care of themselves. So again, family members need to look for indicators that there are changes so we can get involved and get them safe and keep them in their home.
Okay, so what would you suggest are ways that we can approach them? Because I know sometimes when someone's older, they get kind of stubborn and, you know, they don't really want to express that they've had issues or something because they want to be independent. So how can we as adults or even the young ones approach these older parents or loved ones?
I think again, it's almost you're convincing them that maybe they could have a little bit of help. And many families start small. You know, we go in and we might do 1 hour of care a week, and we might do 8 hours of care a day. I think it's introducing and pairing a caregiver from a home health agency with a loved one, and they build a bond together. And I've seen that many, many times. We send a nurse in, we do a free assessment. We will go over what are the needs that are identified or what are the needs that they identify as needed. Then what we do is we pick a caregiver, whether it's a home health aide or whether it's a nurse or a physical therapist. We pair them with that individual. And then we make sure that that individual continues to see them on a routine basis so they can build a bond and have a good, safe relationship in their home.
Okay. What are some of the ways that people can contact you or get in touch with you?
They can call Interim Healthcare. We are in, the local number they can call is area code 513-984-1110.
Okay, give us that number one more time.
Sure, it's Interim Healthcare of Cincinnati, area code 513-984-1110, or visit our website at interimhealthcare.com.
Okay. And when we are looking at this, you mentioned that some other things we can look at are missed appointments and other areas of their health care that they may not have gone. So should we be calling their doctors, or what should we do in that instance?
You can let their physician know. Also follow up to make sure that they have been seeing their physician routinely and that they are not missing appointments. However, that is something the home health agency can do as well. We would have a nurse get involved and would be that liaison between the physician and the family.
I think you guys seem like great lifesavers and helpers. Thank you so much, Cheryl Hastings, for being here today. We appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure.
We appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much. We'll be right back with Jan-Michele.
You know, it's not the holidays without the 100+ African American Men's Chorus concert. And here's Henry Benefiel, the founder, and we're going to talk about the whole history. But I want to say, first off, I love the fact that the proceeds go to benefit youth to take them on tours of colleges, of black colleges, historically black colleges, HBCUs,
Right.
which is fantastic because that's an opportunity that a lot of young people don't have.
Exactly.
To actually tour some of these schools, and you guys provide the funds for that, which is wonderful.
Exactly, and the point I want to really come to, it's underprivileged youth. What happens, people assume that everyone can afford. Our goal is to go in certain neighborhoods like Fay Apartments, Over the Rhine, Avondale, get those kids that have potential to go, and the education and the grades to go to college, because they must first of all qualify to be able to get into the college.
Right.
But they don't have the inspiration, neither do they have the funds to make a decision that I want to go to college.
Right.
So as men, grandfathers, uncles, brothers, especially in our community, we feel a responsibility to go out and represent us as men.
Right.
And so we go,
love that.
I say to God be the glory.
Yes.
I say to God
and
be
I should
the glory.
say, you know, I remember talking to a father, this is several years ago, and his son was just kind of, you know, doing whatever he could in high school, not doing a whole lot.
Sure.
And he went on one of these tours and went to Howard University and heard about the President's Scholarship Program where you can go totally free.
Sure.
And his father said he got back to school, I think he was in like 9th or 10th grade.
Wow.
He started making straight A's and he got into Howard and got that scholarship. And it's like, it just motivated him to buckle down and really start working.
It does. Most young people have a vision. They really do.
Yeah.
It's incumbent upon us to really kind of reach in there and encourage them to reach for that vision. Or like some folks tell me, a vision is a dream. And it only becomes a reality when you wake up.
Right, exactly.
So the 100 plus African American men, we want to wake up our young people and let them know that everything is possible if you believe and put the effort into getting it.
Right, believe and put in the effort. You got to put the work in. Okay, let's talk about the history of the 100 plus African American men's course.
It's very, very interesting, Jan-Michele. We started when we started looking at all of the images on television and different places. It was a very negative image of African American men. You know the stereo, you know what I'm saying, the typical type of image that was out about us, and we said we want to change that. There are good fathers, there are good grandfathers, good uncles, good husbands. We're all not trying to chase every woman under the sun. We love our wives and we want to be committed.
Right. Yeah.
So, and we pray and we ask, how do we change this? And the vision came, says, do something for someone that you can bless them and it's not for you. It's not a self-centered effort. So
that is beautiful.
Yeah,
and that sounds like you, because you know, last time, I just have to say, last time you were on the program, you weren't even promoting this organization, which you founded. You were promoting somebody else's organization. And I said, oh, should we talk about the 100 plus African American men's course? You're like, no, because I'm really here for him this time.
Right.
I thought, wow, you were really, you know, you're such a giving person.
I say to God be the glory. We're all in this thing. There was a power that exists when there's a collective. You know, and this is the simple fact of what takes place in the 100 plus African American men's course concert. Right. It's a coming together of different religions: Baptist, Methodist, Catholic, Jewish, Muslims. Everybody comes to the. Really, they come to the.
Because everybody loves music.
And they're all of our kids.
Right, that's right.
They're all of our kids,
right.
and city officials and folks. By the way, before I go too far, let me thank you guys here at Issues. Thank you. We don't take for granted.
Jeff,
yeah, you as well, and all the guys behind the camera. Thank you so much. Okay. You guys help us to get the word out about these events, and we don't take this lightly. So we certainly want to say thank you. And you guys are officially a part of the 100 plus African American men's course.
All right, I love it. That's an honor.
So
well, tell us when it is, where it is. How do we? Let's make sure we have all that information.
Sure. December the 18th at 5 p.m. in the afternoon at the Allen Temple Church that's located on Seymour and
right in the old Jordan Crossing, Swifton Center.
Yeah.
Right.
Allen Temple. There you go. 7030 Reading Road.
Right.
It's going to take
Seymour
place.
and Reading. Right there. You can't miss the beautiful Allen Temple. It's right there.
Oh, right there. Beautiful. Yeah. And it's going to be the 100 plus African American men's course is going to be in their benefit concert for 2016. So we are excited. We have some new singers. I mean, it's just guys from everywhere, man.
And we should mention, the event is free. It's free and open to the public.
Absolutely.
So people can make a love offering when they get there, but they don't have to.
Everything is tax deductible.
Okay, great.
Love offering. And I try to tell people, remember, this is a benefit. And all of the proceeds Not part of it, but all of the proceeds goes to the kids.
That's wonderful.
So if you're tired of seeing the kids on the streets with their pants hanging down and no hope.
Right, let's send them to college.
Yeah,
right?
that's down. You're right about that.
Let's send them to college.
So when
I
they're
love
older,
it.
they can take care of us.
That's right, exactly. I love it. Now, I told you, I promised everybody I'm going to beg you to sing something for us. Just a little bit.
That's a joke, right?
No.
Under one premise.
Okay.
You're going to come.
All right, okay.
Did I get her? You're gonna. All right, Cincinnati, you heard that. Jan-Michele Kearney's gonna
It's an event not to be missed. It is an event not to be missed, right?
And though I didn't come to sing, but have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. You hear him hoarse.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, my. I just feel like if I could sing, I would jump right in.
Well, and then we'll do
and
that.
that's just a little taste.
Just a little bit, without the hoarseness, of course.
We're going to get that. Oh, your voice sounds wonderful.
Oh, to God be the glory.
My goodness, you're so talented. It's going to be that and so much more. It's Sunday,
December the 18th, Allen Temple AME Church, 7030 Reading Road. Absolutely free, 5 p.m.
Right.
You don't want to miss it.
That is such a great event.
And they do want to come early, of course.
Right, and give us the rundown
again.
Jeff
Ladies
has
and
it
gentlemen,
up
you
here.
want to come to the Allen Temple AME Church that's located at 7030 Reading Road, Sunday, December the 18th, 5 p.m. Free and open to the public. You don't want to, as a matter of fact, come at 4 o'clock. You really, really should come at 4.
Oh yeah, you got a good seat, right?
Exactly.
Because you guys, process in, and
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't
it's
tell everybody
well, I was
everything,
gonna say,
Jen.
it's very dramatic. It's fantastic.
Well, you know I come out of show business, so
Oh, that's
you know
right.
it can't be.
It's a show. It's a show that people don't want to miss. Thank you, Henry.
Thank you, darling.
Stick with us. Michael will be here in a moment to give us some community events. All right, we have Michael Bobo with community events.
First up, we have Friends of the Cincinnati Herald, the 3rd annual musical concert, holiday subscription drive, Saturday, December 17th, 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. at New Prospect Baptist Church, located at 1580 Summit Road. This event is free and open to the public. It's a discounted subscription price. Also, if you need more information, call 368-8108. Next up is Shoebox Christmas Party, Saturday, December 17th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Myrtle's Punch House, 2733 Woodburn Avenue. For more information, call 549-7514. Last, we have African American Santa Claus, Sunday, December 18th, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the Cincinnati Art Museum, 953 Eden Park Drive. More information, call 281-3228. And we also have tickets are on sale right now for the Cincinnati Herald's Daddy-Daughter Dance, Saturday, February 11th. Go to the CincinnatiHerald.com.
All right, have a great week. Stay safe and stay positive.